What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we will talk about Kalvin Phillips today. The Leeds United defensive midfielder could come to Liverpool in the summer because according to many newspapers, Liverpool have been interested in this guy for over a year now. We have been seeing reports of Kalvin Phillips being linked with Liverpool previously, but this comes courtesy of many English newspapers who are reporting that Kalvin Phillips could change his agent because another agency is promising him basically a guaranteed move or a very likely move to Liverpool if he changes to that agency. The publications are claiming that Kalvin Phillips has been promised a potential move to Liverpool by one agency who is keen to offer their services to Kalvin Phillips, and he could come in and replace maybe James Milner in the squad, and we could train him up to become, a long-term replacement for Jordan Henderson or Thiago. I'm not saying that Kalvin Phillips is anywhere near as good as those two world-class players, but all three of them, Milner, Thiago and Henderson, are over 30 years old, and you might wonder when Liverpool will start replacing them or bringing in players like we are bringing in attackers like Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz. We are bringing in younger attackers so we don't have to replace Salah, Mane and Firmino all at once when they become too old to perform for Liverpool. Kalvin Phillips' current contract runs until 2024, which does allow Leeds United to have some leeway potential with any potential bids which would come their way. And right now I think Kalvin Phillips would play in the same position as Fabinho, and Fabinho is just 2 years older than Kalvin Phillips. Fabinho is 28 years old, and I don't see a scenario where we would let Fabinho leave Liverpool anytime soon. So right now this signing of Kalvin Phillips would appear to not make a massive amount of sense for Kalvin Phillips himself, unless the Liverpool recruitment team see him playing in a slightly more advanced or a slightly more different role. Kalvin Phillips is 26 years old, so he's entering the prime years of his career, and it would represent another player signed who don't necessarily fit into the age bracket that Liverpool signings usually fall into. We usually sign players from 20 to 24, 25 years old. And Danny Mills has revealed that he has been told that Kalvin Phillips is about to change his agent, and another agency is promising him a move to Liverpool. And one source said that the agency told Kalvin Phillips, "We will get you to Liverpool wherever you like," in an eye-opening sales pitch. The major agency have been circling around Kalvin Phillips for some time with its long-term future up in the air. I don't think Kalvin Phillips would want to stay at Leeds United, who are fighting against relegation this season, and they are not even a top 10 side at this moment. And Kalvin Phillips, who is an England international, would want to play for a team challenging for the European places, at least the Europa League, but maybe he wants to play for a team in the Champions League as well. What is very encouraging is that how Kalvin Phillips seamlessly got integrated into the England setup and into the England national team, and that shows that he can maybe play at a much higher level than Leeds United. No disrespect to Leeds United, they are a big club in English football, but they are not on the same level as Liverpool obviously. But Kalvin Phillips for England has never really looked out of place. He has been a player playing for England like he took it into his stride, and he really didn't look out of place. But you have to be honest, Kalvin Phillips would only leave to Liverpool probably if he gets a fair share of playing time at Liverpool, and that remains to be the case unless we sell James Milner, or we don't extend his contract. At the moment that's still up in the air, and unless Kalvin Phillips gets a regular place in the Liverpool squad, I can't see him switching clubs just to play at Liverpool and be on the bench. That wouldn't make sense at this stage of his career. But you might also wonder, is Kalvin Phillips good enough to regularly play at Liverpool? I only see a scenario where Henderson or Thiago, at least one of them, is not at Liverpool anymore. That's when I will only see Kalvin Phillips having a chance to play at Liverpool. He's not a Naby Keita or Alexis Chamberlain type of player, but he played previously as a box-to-box midfielder, so Marcelo Bielsa only converted him into a defensive midfielder at the start of the 2018-19 season, and Kalvin Phillips is known for his range of short, sharp passing, long ball distribution and ability to start attacks whilst covering his defensive duties. And this is how Marcelo Bielsa described the style of Kalvin Phillips. He's very good at getting the ball and putting it into another space, a better space. He's very good when he has to cover the team when our fullbacks go in attack. Does that ring a bell when it comes to Liverpool? Bielsa also said when we are outnumbered, he's very good with his defending. Phillips was also sometimes playing as a centre-back under Bielsa. For his similar style of play, Phillips was given the nickname the Yorkshire Pirlo, which I absolutely love, by Leeds fans in homage to Andrea Pirlo. Following his performance for England against Croatia at Euro 2020, he was described as brilliant at finding little pockets of space that turn a simple passing move into a dangerous attack. Mainly he's a defensive midfielder. He only ever is scoring on average one goal for Leeds United in the Premier League, but he had a season in the Championship in the 2017-18 season where he scored 7 goals in 43 matches. That indicates to me that he could play further forward if it's needed, and he has the skill set to be converted still to a box-to-box or back to a box-to-box midfielder because of his skill set. And I think at Liverpool if we sign him, we will work out what his best position is in the current setup. At Leeds United, they have many attacking midfielders, and that's why they need Kalvin Phillips as a defensive midfielder. At Liverpool, we have a lot more defensive midfielders, and maybe that's why we would convert him to a box-to-box midfielder, which is Kalvin Phillips' original position. It is just in the last 3 seasons that he played as an out-and-out defensive midfielder in Leeds United. And thankfully David Lynch revealed on Twitter, who is a journalist, that the fan who was taken ill at Anfield and who the medicals rushed to during the game, he only suffered a mild angina attack and he's now thankfully absolutely fine. I'm not sure what that exact illness is, but thankfully he's fine, and that's the most important thing. So it wasn't thankfully a very, very serious medical incident, and I wish him the speedy recovery. You never want to see people fall ill, and not especially even at a football game. And the reason why these medical emergencies get more attention is that before this season the games were never stopped when something like this happened, but now they are stopped and the medical teams can fully attend to the person who needs urgent care, and that's why they get more attention, more coverage. And also because there were a couple of high profile, very publicized incidents previously, like Christian Eriksen's heart problem during the Euros. So now this gets more media coverage, but previously there have been medical emergencies at games before, at regular occurrence, but they weren't, the games weren't stopped because of this, and they weren't getting as much media coverage. So that's why you haven't heard about them as much in the previous seasons. And Trent Alexander-Arnold said that Liverpool are in an amazing position this season to attack all the trophies left to be won, and that's all that matters to us. That mattered to us to get through to the quarterfinals. We are disappointed, obviously, not to get the win, but all that mattered to us was getting through to the next round. It's important for the club, it's important for us as a team and the fans, so that's all that mattered. We are in an amazing position. We have been able to get our hands on the first trophy of the season, and we are in a strong position in all other 3 competitions. We have 2 exciting quarterfinals to look forward to, a cup final every weekend in the league, so it's exciting times to be at the club, to be in these games, and hopefully if everyone stays fit, we will be able to see it through. And that's the spirit that you want to hear by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Absolutely brilliant. And the draw for the Champions League quarterfinals will be on Friday, March the 18th. So we have to wait a long time, more than a week, to discover our opponents in the Champions League, because there are another round of matches of the Champions League last 16 second legs next week. And I loved Jurgen Klopp's assessment of the game. He said one of his assistant managers, Peter Krawiec, always says the art of football is to lose the right games. I still hate it, but if there was any kind of game we could have afforded to lose, it was tonight, because the main target obviously of this competition is to get through. But it's not that I'm here like over the moon. I'm really happy that we went through, because obviously we knew that Inter was a very tough draw, and I think over the 2 legs we deserved it. That's fine. We had some problems in the game tonight, and that was for different reasons. One is the quality of the opponent. They are a really good football team, and Jurgen Klopp said we are glad we don't have to play Inter every week, because they are a very, very tough team defensively. Still, Liverpool created more than enough chances to score at least 3 or 4 goals. So us not taking our chances was the biggest problem. And Jurgen Klopp said I didn't like our counter press. I don't think we won any kind of ball back in the first 20 minutes. You have to be kind of expensive when you open up, when you are in possession, but when you lose the ball, and we lost the ball obviously in strange moments, then you have to chase the situation and chase the opponent down. But in the end, we have to respect the quality of the opponent. How I said, we didn't score, but if we would have used one of our chances from set pieces, we still could have won the game. That's the only thing I'm interested in. It's fair that we are through against a really strong opponent, so now let's carry on. And Jurgen Klopp also said that even though maybe the second yellow card for Alexis Sanchez was a little bit unlucky for Inter, the first challenge should have been a red card already on Thiago, because it was a studs up on challenge on Thiago's knee. So it could have been a red card as well. So I think Alexis Sanchez in the end deserved to get sent off for 2 bookable challenges. And Jurgen Klopp was very fair and honest in his assessment. He said like, we could have played better, not too much better to be honest, because the opponent is just really good. It is not that I think we should have dominated them for whatever or how long. It is really difficult, but we all know if the first header goes in and these kind of things, and if we use one of our chances or 2 of our chances, the game is a completely different story. If Matip's header goes in, it's 1-0 Liverpool, 3-0 on aggregate. Inter would have folded and Liverpool could have won big. Because we didn't use our chances, Inter stayed in the game, and that they could score the goal, then it was more exciting than we wanted, not for too long because of the red card, and then we could control the game completely. I think we are deservedly in the quarterfinal, and that's actually all I'm interested in. So that's a very, very fair assessment. And Mo Salah even said the most important thing is that we qualify. It's sad that I missed so many chances, but hopefully in the next game I can score 3 goals instead of today. And it's more important to save the goals for the next few games, which are very, very crucial. We play Brighton, Arsenal in the Premier League back-to-back away from home. Those are 2 massive football matches that Liverpool need to win. I'm really looking forward to them. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.